When you compare normal numbers, let's say for instance you've got small numbers, you've got 12 and 21. Those two numbers, just the digits are swapped around, and you need to determine which one is the biggest, which one is the smallest. You can look at it. 21 is definitely bigger than 12. You know that by just looking at the number. If the numbers get very big, you can use your place values, or specifically your number values of the digits in the number, to compare them working from left to right. It's a technique, a mathematical technique, to compare two numbers with each other. But when you are asked to compare negative numbers, so you move into the integers, then it's a better way to actually use a number line. Put the numbers on a number line, remembering that to the left of a number line, or to the left of the zero on a number line, the numbers get technically bigger, because you get -1, then -2, -3, -4, and you would think that -2 has to be bigger than -1, but it isn't, because it is on the left hand side of -1 on the number line. So from 0 going towards the left, the numbers get technically bigger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. But because of the minus, every number on the left is smaller than any number on its right. And when you need to compare integer values, such as in the exercise that we are busy with, that is the technique that you need to follow. So I'll give you a short bird's eye view video of the questions that we are looking at, and then also a quick demonstration of the real physical memorandum that I use to explain this question to my students. When you look at a number line, so say for instance we've got a line there, and we say that point over there is going to be 0. And you move towards the right, it will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, etc., etc., all the way up to infinity. But when you go to the left, it will be -1, -2, -3, etc., etc., all the way towards minus infinity. The important thing to remember is that right there in the middle, you've got 0. And then you go towards the left with your negative numbers. And any number, doesn't matter which number, you take any specific number on the left hand side. So let's say we choose that one. That number is smaller than all of the numbers on its right. So it is smaller than -1, it is smaller than 0, it's smaller than 4, it's smaller than anything else. But if you go to -3 is again smaller than the -2. But if you go towards the right hand side, 3 is bigger than 2. You need to get that logic right. As you go towards the left, your numbers become smaller than anything on its right hand side. And when you then specifically take a look at the questions that they give you to do, you need to compare them. You need to decide which one is the smallest of the numbers that they give you, or are they just simply equal. For the number B and number C at the bottom, that one and that one, you'll see that should actually be C and D. Doesn't really matter, but you can see that those two at the bottom, you need to do some calculations first. Then you can compare the answers to see which one is the smallest and which one is the biggest. But remember your number line. It's a very important technique to remember when comparing positive and negative, or specifically negative and negative numbers with each other. You can just put them on the number line wherever in relation to one another, and then you've got the right answer from there. This number line, ultimately we're going to get -90, and then -91, and then -92, and then -93, and if you keep going again towards the